Hi guys, welcome to one more video and thank you so much for watching. A few days ago I was surfing on the internet and I came across a discussion online where one guy was complaining about YouTube polyglots. He was claiming that most of the polyglots that have language-related channels on YouTube are actually only fishing for compliments, likes, and subscriptions, and they are actually fake polyglots. According to him, many of those polyglots who claim to speak 5, 10, or 15 languages only can say few sentences in each of those languages, but they don't really speak the language, and the main reason why they claim to be polyglots is in order to become famous on the internet. I also saw that a lot of people in that discussion agreed with him. They were even mentioning names of some of those polyglots, which I'm not going to mention. I don't know any of them. I find this to be a very interesting topic, and I have seen that there are actually quite a few places online where people were discussing how honest are those YouTube polyglots. And I actually wanted to make this kind of a video for a very long time. I wanted to discuss this topic with you guys. I have seen quite a few videos from different people, different polyglots on YouTube, where they spoke several languages, and I have to say that almost all, or actually all of those polyglots that I have seen seemed really genuine to me. It looked like they really speak those languages they claim to speak. Of course, sometimes you can tell that someone speaks one language better than the other, and most of the polyglots do mention that they speak certain languages better, so do I. But I have never seen a video of someone who claims to be a polyglot and who speaks really bad, or I have never seen someone who posted a video where they say only a few basic sentences and then they claim to speak the language. I'm not saying there are no this kind of people on the internet. There probably are. Internet is full of weirdos, but I personally never came across something like that. On the other hand, in real life, I have met quite a few people who claimed to speak certain language and they didn't speak it in reality. Few times I have met people who claimed to speak Spanish, for example, or Italian, and when they had a chance or opportunity to speak the language, they were quiet and they said, well, actually I just understand a little bit, I don't really speak, or I can tell just few words, I can't have a conversation. I think that this is really sad, and I'm a little bit pissed off about this because, first of all, it's not nice to lie. Second of all, I feel that people don't understand the difference between speaking a language and only knowing few phrases. And knowing few phrases and understanding 30% of conversation is not considered as speaking the language. So every time I meet a person who claims to know something or who claims to be good at something and they're actually not, I feel kind of disappointed. But I really haven't met anyone like that on the internet, on YouTube at least, and the main reason I would say is the fact that internet is a very hostile place, and even when you do everything right and when you are trying to be honest and natural and genuine, you will get some criticism, you will get some negative comments. So I don't understand how, I really cannot understand how could someone who doesn't speak a language claim to speak it and make a video where they say only few sentences, because a bunch of people who actually can tell that they don't speak the language are going to come after them and write negative comments and criticize them. So I don't really understand how is that even happening. But according to internet, there are many fake polyglots on YouTube. I haven't seen them. There might be some. I don't have experience with them, but there is another problem I have with some of online or YouTube polyglots. I came across a lot of videos on YouTube with the title "How to Learn Spanish in 15 Days" or "How I Became Fluent in German in Only 3 Months" or "Best Tips for Learning Any Language in Less than 4 Months." Every time I see such a video or such an article, I'm shocked and then I'm pissed off. First reason is Nobody can learn a language in 2 weeks, 2 months, even 4, 5, or 6 months. And when I say nobody, I really mean nobody. Not even the most talented polyglots, the smartest people, cannot learn a language in such a short time. 2, 3 weeks or a month is not enough to learn a language. Even if you dedicate 100% of your time to language learning, you cannot learn it, because learning a language takes some practice. It takes reading, it takes a lot of listening to the language, and it takes a lot of speaking with other speakers. And that's something we cannot do in a month, and probably not even in 3 or 4 or 5 months. So this is, for me, this is the biggest problem with some online polyglots, because they have that talent for languages, they probably speak several languages, and people who want to learn a new language are going to trust them. And if some of those polyglots start claiming that you can learn Spanish, for example, in 2 weeks if you buy their language course or if you follow their advice, people are going to trust them. And it's a problem because of two reasons, actually. First one is, I'm sure that in few weeks or a month, you can learn basic Spanish, for example. You can learn greetings, you can learn some basic phrases, which is great, but that doesn't mean that you speak a language. So claiming that you can learn a language in only few weeks is going to give impression to people that speaking just basics means that you speak a language, which is not true. And here, this is the problem with those fake polyglots who only learn few things and they think that they speak the language. Another problem is the fact that if you convince people that they will learn a language in few weeks or a month, and if they start trusting you, they will get very disappointed after a month because they won't be able to speak it. And that might lead to them feeling bad or not self-confident about themselves, and eventually they will give up on a language because they will think that, okay, this person claims that you can learn a language in a month and I didn't manage to do that, so I'm probably stupid or I'm not good enough for this, so I'm gonna give up. This is very sad. And those language-related channels who claim that you can learn certain language in only a few weeks or 2 months remind me a lot of all those beauty and fashion bloggers or influencers who claim that if you buy this cream, you're gonna look as beautiful as I do, when in reality they have like 50 surgeries and 15 filters on their face and they look nothing like that in real life, but they just want to sell a product. The same thing I feel is happening with a lot of language-related channels. They really give false expectations to people and hope that they really can manage to learn something in such a short time, and then eventually they get disappointed, but still they seem to be very popular. Now, after I have criticized some YouTube channels related to languages, for the ending of this video, I have to say something nice. And what I would like to say is that among all online YouTubers, bloggers, influencers, I would say that among language-related channels, there is a highest percentage or highest number of really honest and smart people compared to other kind of channels. The main reason is those channels are dedicated to learning, and I assume that most of the people that actually follow them are smart people. So you cannot sell them fake stories, and I want to say a bad word. You cannot sell them something stupid because they will realize you're not being honest and you're lying. So I would definitely say that they are not that harmful as some other kind of influencers that are promoting fake stuff and can really harm younger generations. YouTube polyglots, on the other hand, can be very, very inspiring, even if some of them are exaggerating their language skills. I feel that, at least for me personally, every time I saw a video on YouTube of someone who claimed to speak several languages and who really spoke those languages, I felt inspired. I felt need to improve my language skills or to learn something else, and I believe that many people feel the same way. So polyglots, even though they might be a little bit fake, can really inspire people to learn more, which is always a positive thing. So in conclusion, I want to say that YouTube polyglots are actually pretty cool, and language teachers as well. I have found some amazing language teachers online that really can help anyone feel more motivated to learn. And I feel that those people are kind of a bright side of the internet. Any smart person on the internet is blessing, because we really need smart people online. So I would say that whatever YouTube polyglots you're following, you're probably doing a good job. Of course, in every group of people, there are some who might not be as honest as they should. And as I said, I'm a little bit pissed off with all those videos claiming that they know how to teach you a language in a few weeks or a few months. I feel they should be more honest, but in the end of the day, it's up to people to decide what they want to believe to. So this was my today's video. I just wanted to comment or to discuss a little bit with you guys about this topic, because I planned to make such a video for a very long time. And since I came across that discussion on internet a few days ago, I have realized that it's maybe a time for me to comment on this topic. Please let me know in the comments, what do you think about this? Have you found any YouTube channels, polyglot YouTube channels, that didn't seem really honest or real or genuine to you? And I would say that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next week.